Mexico City would host the season-ending race, a party of motor racing. Well, we might not host the finale now, but Mexico hosts a party nonetheless. So welcome to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez for the Mexico City Grand Prix. The Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, 2.6 miles of track that allows drivers to take full advantage of their cars, reaching speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour and providing lots of opportunities for overtaking. The circuit features 17 corners, 10 to the right and the remaining 7 going to the left. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have the captain, Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, Hamilton, Tsunoda, Ocon, Gasly, Kobayashi, Albon, Verstappen, Magnussen, Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Perez, Bottas, Sargent, Hulkenberg, Hauger, Joe, and Carlos Sainz will start from the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Welcome to Driving Immersion. This is the immersive racing experience. We drive full-length races in full simulation as we put the game's race engine to the test. From the driver's cockpit with a Fanatec force feedback wheel and load cell pedal set. Enjoy the racing here at Driving Immersion as we are nearing to complete a full career season, and click on the like and subscribe buttons. In addition, you'll be notified when the next race is available. Our content is on Facebook in HD and on YouTube in Ultra HD.
This race coming your way now.
Here is our race strategy for the 71 lap race here in Mexico, and we're going to go with a 2-stop with 2 medium tires and finishing the race with a set of the hard tires. As you can see here that it's going to be a mostly sunny race. Now we're going to also adjust our fuel load here to just 77 laps of fuel. That is 6 extra laps. Again, a dry race means we're going to be running faster and using more fuel. Here is our setup for the race based on sim racing setups, and you can find them on YouTube here as well. We did adjust the tire pressure so that, again, the tires are more durable. So here we go for our formation lap. Again, we qualified 3rd for this race. And Mexico holds one of the longest straights in the calendar.
Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap, please. We're loading the gears, so let's go through them all if you can.
Head down the straight into turn 1. We are going to be just running out of ERS. Very sharp right-hander here, 90 degrees. And then immediately right after, turn 2 here to the left, turn 3 again to the right, curves a little bit. Now we enter our second DRS zone, coming into turn 4 and turn 5.
No rain expected for the time being.
Very tight corners here. As we look on to George Russell and Lando Norris, who qualified ahead of us. And a double apex right-hander into turn 6. This is turn 7 here, a rather wide left-hander, wide right-hander into turn 8, turn 9 here to the left, and turn 10 as we kiss the curves on the left and right. And through turn 11, that is going to open up into our 3rd DRS zone. The first DRS zone occurs on the main straight as it starts after we cross the start-finish line. Now very slow corners here through 12, 13, and 14. This is turn 17 here as it opens up to the straight. That is pit entrance there to the right. And here is the start-finish line. Now we approach our spot on the grid. So our teammate having a faster car in qualifying.
Best placement there, mate. Let's try and get a good launch as the race starts.
Did have a penalty as he may have replaced something on the car.
Forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights.
So he does start back in 9th place. So here we go, 5 lights out and the race is on. There's one of the Haas pulling out and another Haas pulling out right behind him. There is the number 66 squeezing through. It's a P1 getting by the McLaren and Mercedes. A Ferrari close in tow. And I believe that is Charles Leclerc. Yes, red helmet. On board with Mars Medina in the 66. The McLaren did get by. And right now, Lando Norris is in the lead. George Russell in 3rd place. Again, turn 7 here to the left. Connecting with turn 8 and 9. And then turn 10. Turn 11, very wide to the left. And then we start a DRS zone. Through the very tight stadium section here. As we exit once again in turn 17, and it is going to complete a lap. So right now no DRS yet available, but we do activate our ERS here and we are able to ride up to Lando Norris and the McLaren. Second DRS zone.
Experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible.
On lap 2, we are keeping up with Lando Norris, waiting for a DRS zone to clear the way. There we are, we've got the DRS activated. Coming in through the stadium once again, this is going to be 71 laps here at the circuit in Mexico. From the back of Lando Norris, that is the number 66 Driving Immersion of Mars Medina, catching up here on the very, very long straight. No doubt having ERS and DRS going at the same time. And it's very difficult to defend your lead here, as it is a very long straight. Now, a couple of weird things here at the circuit in Mexico. The first and second DRS zones are based off of a singular DRS detection zone. And that is between turn 14 and turn 15. So you must be very close to the car ahead of you through the very tight section here in order to take advantage, again, of 2 very long DRS zones. The standings now show our teammate Kamui Kobayashi moving very quickly up the field. In just 3 laps, he is from P9 all the way to P4. So from the nose of his car, we are looking at George Russell in the Mercedes, and then Lando Norris in the McLaren, with the number 66 of Mars Medina in the lead. So moving very fast here for Kamui. But again, he did have a very fast car qualifying. Going wheel to wheel with George Russell. A lot of packed grandstands here in Mexico City. This again is the lead car, the number 66 of Mars Medina Driving Immersion. Lando Norris in the McLaren following closely behind. So right now the number 66 unable to get away. Here we are through the tight section in the stadium once again. And that line right there is the DRS detection zone. And that is going to affect your ability to turn on your DRS here in this very long straight. And then once we complete turns 1, 2, and 3, there's another DRS zone, and it will allow you to open your wing there as well. So that line there between 14 and 15 is very, very important. Our teammate Kamui Kobayashi has gotten around George Russell and now holds the fastest lap of the race. He is 1.2 seconds behind. On the white proximity arrows that there are 3 cars behind us right now. So a very close race as we are on lap 5 of 71. Is Kamui definitely going very fast. He does have his ERS and DRS available as well. And very sloppy there for the number 66, but we are able to stay ahead and stay in front, at least for the moment. This is turn 6. Turn 10. And now turn 11. Again, that is going to open up onto a DRS zone back into the stadium. Here we are down the main straight. Kamui certainly in tow with ERS and DRS. There you see him coming around to the left. And right now with the number 66, we are going to be able to outbrake him. Very close by, as you can see, the proximity arrow turns red. That indicates that we are wheel to wheel. And I believe that turn would have backed him off just a little bit. There is a high curb. Exit out turn 6, going through turn 7 once again. Now the DRS detection zone for the DRS zone between 11 and 12 happens between 9 and 10. So there are a couple of other circuits that include a singular DRS line that will affect 2 DRS zones. I think Canada is one of them. Down the straight once again, and we are saving all of our ERS here and actually running it to 0, turning it off and letting it recharge very fast, and then turning it back on before we get to the end here into turn 1. And that is going to be just enough speed to stay ahead of Kamui for right now. So all the cars here at the front going very fast, but whose tires are going to last longer? And once again, very little experience here on the set of mediums. We are given 2 sets of mediums here for the weekend. We did use 1 set during the practice program, so I believe this first set that we have on is a used set, even though when we start the race, it is indicated as 100% life. And it's actually been that way throughout the season so far here in Formula One. Perhaps something that needs to be addressed with the game developers. But not a big issue as we come around to cross the start-finish line once again. Just 0.4 of a second ahead of our teammate. There he is coming around to the right, and this time he is quite a bit further away. We are not going to be able to cut him off here into turn 1. And he had been very fast. We knew eventually that he would get by and it would be very hard to get back around him. And right here into the second DRS zone, you can see there that we don't have it available and he's able to get away a little bit faster than we are. Very complex here as we come around turn 6. Kind of have to drop down to a lower gear into 3rd gear in order to again put weight on the front tires for additional grip. And the double apex right-hander of turn 6 is essentially a hairpin that's a little bit wider, but it is nearly a full lock to the right. And speaking of full lock, here we are into turn 13, 14, and 15. Very tight corners here out of the stadium. So a very well-designed track here in Mexico. A lot of grandstands once again, but the stadium area is very unique. Again, very high grandstands there in the background. This turn 6, very reminiscent of the hairpin at Montreal. And right now it looks like there's a little bit of a breathing room here for the number 66 as Kamui starts falling back just a little bit. And again, this distance can be easily made up through the DRS zones. There is the DRS line through here. Pit entry to the right of the cars. Now, once again, this is a 2-stop strategy here in Mexico, and each set of tires will not go below their fastest speed. So we are changing rather frequently, and I think that may be due to a lot of tire wear here on this track. We did not get very many laps. I believe it was probably 8, maybe 9 laps out of a set of softs during the practice session. So again, very fortunate not to go with a set of the soft tires here. Thankfully, we have 2 sets of mediums that we can use. I think the speed that you would get out of 8 or 9 laps with a set of the soft tires is not going to be enough to overcome the time that you would spend coming into the pits and changing out of even just 1 set. Lap 12 now of 71. Again, little distance here to Kamui. He is more than 1 second behind, so he can activate his DRS. And that is connecting 1, 2, and 3. Very high curve there on the left as we enter 4. Here is the double apex right-hander of turn 6. Again, essentially a hairpin. So we got to see there just very momentarily as we transitioned from 10 to turn 11. Back end did look like it was starting to go out just a little bit. You can feel it in the steering wheel if you can't see it happening. There we are, going out once again. And because you can feel it in the steering wheel, you can react very quickly to it. And we were able to catch both times that time. Lap 13 now, and we are ahead of Kamui by just 0.6 of a second. Try to stay off the main line here just so that we don't tow him up to turn 1. And it helps just a little bit, but he is now just a couple of car lengths behind as he had his DRS and ERS available that time down the main straight. Very close here out of turn 3. It's going to be wheel to wheel coming into turn 4, but the 66 is going to stay ahead. So right now, Mars Medina and his 66 is going to have a challenging day here in Mexico. Kamui Kobayashi is just a very fast driver and with a fast car right now. And we did have a situation a couple of races ago where our teammates, along with any of the other cars actually, came into the pits, changed out of the same set of compound tires, and he became slower. So it's very possible that if we can hang on until our pit stop and Kamui's pit stop, it's very possible that his car may get slower, but it's also possible that he could get faster. But right now we are just trying to hang on to P1. He is on the outside coming into turn 1, but we close off the lane. And again, if you watch the series regularly, there have been a number of times when we've been racing with Kamui here, our teammate, and he has knocked off the end wing on his front wing. And at the same time, he continued on very successfully and even finished the race with a missing end plate. There are other times when his end plate, having been taken off, would have put him further back into the field. So very early in the race here, still a lot of variables. But for right now, for sure, we have to keep Kamui back. If he gets by, it's very likely that he will be able to get away. Again, if he does that through the first DRS zone, he has the second DRS zone to get even further. Crossing the start-finish line, start lap 15 of 71. 0.2 of a second, he is on our right as we are looking for him in our rear view mirror. He is now ahead coming into turn 1, a very good distance ahead. Now we will go into the second DRS zone here, and you can see that he can activate his DRS even being in the lead and we cannot. So he puts about 5 car lengths ahead, brake very hard, and we are right back under his wing, and we are watching the race from Lando Norris's T-Cam, and that is the Driving Immersion 1 and 2 just up ahead. Kamui still in the lead with the 66 following right behind. This is turn 11. And right now, with the 66, we are going to have our DRS available. none of it is going to get back into the lead as we come into the stadium. There we are crossing the DRS line. We should have DRS available to us, and we do have ERS as well. So hopefully we can catch up to Kamui here. Very slowly getting back up to him. We are not going to get back in front into turn 1. Oh, spoke too soon. There we are coming into turn 1. Very wide into 2. Wheel to wheel coming into 3. We exit out and we are ahead of Kamui. And we have our DRS available to us this time around, and he does not. Coming into turn 4, riding the very high curb on the left. There is an indicator there. The engine, oh, that is a lot of smoke, and that is the number 66. This can only mean one thing. This is the end of the day for Mars Medina in the 66. Now, we don't know exactly what's happening with the car. Definitely a lot of smoke, so the powertrain. So the powertrain is the problem. And that is going to be the end of the race for the 66 once again. Now, this is our third DNF for the 24 season. There is Mars Medina walking into the pits. Lando Norris takes the win here, and let's just see where Kamui ended up.
I mean, it looked like they were in a different category.
And Lando did have a very fast car, staying 1, 2, or 3 in the very early runnings of this race. And right now, Lando is second in the World Championship next to Mars Medina in the 66. So we are looking here at the podium. That is a Red Bull and the other McLaren. Kamui Kobayashi not showing up here. Did not place in the podium. So we know what happened to the 66, but what happened to the 75? Well, later on we find out that Kamui also did not finish the race. So both Driving Immersion cars did not finish the race. Here is a look back at the 66, and it looks like coming into turn 4, 5, and 6 here. Before we get to 6, the engine has expired. It's still going forward, and we are still accelerating at this point. Again, from behind the wheel, we just saw the indicator come up that the engine was in red, and that means the engine has stopped, but we are still able to propel the car. Looking back from Kamui's car, that is quite a lot of smoke. And after the race, we find out that it was the turbocharger that went out on the number 66. Now, this is the second turbocharger that we've had go in the season so far. And we will be going to our 4th, and we are only allowed 4 for the season. That's going to do it for this very short race here in Mexico. We thank you for watching this event at Driving Immersion, and remember, for more exciting racing ahead, give us a like and click on subscribe or follow so that you don't miss out on the next race event. We'll see you next time.